Hello, hello there.
Hi everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. We are having our final tea and coffee break before ELT Together kicks off in an hour. The first session. So ELT Together is a 4-week webinar program of professional development. And Chris, Kolos and I are all colleagues who've worked together on this. And we were laughing before we went live to you guys about our mugs. So I don't know if anyone is joining from Argentina, but I have some mate today in my Cheshire cat mug. We have, Chris had some quite themed.
Oh, I have a very themed mug. So I have positivity, which we all give because one of the big themes at ELT Together is well-being and teacher well-being and student well-being and how to support it. So we all had a laugh about that.
Yeah, that's good. I have a couple of mugs. Today I have a red one. Actually, if I turn it around, it will say Headway 4th edition. It's a bit outdated because now we are on the 5th one, but I just kept the mug.
Yeah. So I didn't really introduce myself before I got excited about the mugs. I think I like tea a bit much, to be honest. But my name's Katie, and my job is in our events team. So I don't know if anybody's ever been to ELT. That's one of the events I work on. Or if you've ever been to ITEFL, you might have met me there. I can see Ezra, who's my colleague from Turkey, in the chat box as well at the moment. Hi, Ezra. And we have Chris and Kolos are from different places. So I'm joining you guys from London, and it's surprisingly sunny. It feels a little bit strange. I think we're going to get rain soon, but we'll see.
So yeah, I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Chris. I'm joining from Oxford, and it is also very nice and sunny. And I'm responsible for a lot of our position papers and focus papers and our expert advice at OUP. If you've ever read or downloaded any of those. But for ELT Together, I've been working a lot on sort of the website side of things, the email side of things, and stuff like that. So if you visited our website and signed up, yeah, you've seen that.
Great. So I'm next. My name is Kolos, and I'm not sitting in the UK. I'm sitting in Hungary, in Budapest, because I'm based in Hungary. I'm an ELT consultant and a teacher trainer, and I'm going to be the moderator for a couple of sessions during the next 4 weeks, and I'm looking forward to that. It's nice and sunny right now, so I hope it's the same for most of us, depending on where we are, of course, in the world. Hello, Argentina. Hello, Spain.
Oh, I imagine it's very nice in Spain.
Yeah, we got people from Pakistan, Thailand, India. So many people joining us.
Great.
Have any of you heard of ELT Together? Have any of you signed up before? Anyone joining us? I think Chris and Kolos, I think you guys have heard of ELT Together, right?
I think we have.
A few meetings.
Yeah. I suppose we should talk a bit more about ELT Together and sort of what it involves and what talks what you can all get out of it. So as Katie said, ELT Together, it's running for 4 weeks. We have a webinar every day of the week, all 4 weeks, and all on sort of a real variety of topics. There's something there for everyone. We cover a lot of different things. As I've said, there's a big one on well-being and positivity. There's a lot of webinars on that. Do you two, what are you two looking forward to out of what we have to offer?
Well, I'm excited because, as I mentioned ELT and ITEFL before, they're kind of tried and tested. ELT Together is history of OUP. We've never done an event like this before, especially with these kind of themes, have we? So I'm really looking forward to these Friday sessions where we've got other educators talking to other people. So this Friday, it's about returning to the classroom and what that's been like for people. But it's also, there's going to be sessions about how teaching is currently and live sessions about that. So, I mean, this morning, the UK government were changing guidance around schools again with new updates. And I think it's changing all of the time. So I think hearing from people, about that is going to be really good. Selfishly, also on Friday, there's a yoga session. And after all of the planning that we've done to try and make this really great for you guys in terms of, so I saw something about a certificate there. Yes, you're going to get a certificate. So we've been including that in the planning. So making sure that you get all of those on time. On Friday, I think I'm going to need some yoga and do some stretching. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah,
that's a good idea, because actually well-being is getting more and more important these days, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's one of my favorite topics. Actually, there's a book behind me, if you haven't noticed. So one of the sessions I'll be looking forward to is week 4, the Thursday. Tammy Gregerson is going to talk about language teacher well-being, what educational leaders can do. I think it's getting more and more important these days to talk about not only just methodology and how you can, be better at teaching skills and such, but how to look after yourselves and how to basically, survive in our roles as teachers without going totally insane, I might say. So, yeah, it's a really challenging period for everyone, I'm sure. So that's one thing I'd love to see, and also Katie has mentioned this is something we've never done before. So I'm really looking forward to all of the sessions, really, and I think it will be a good time to get everyone involved and share your thoughts, your situations, your feelings, reflections, whatever.
That's one of the things I do really like about these webinars as a whole. Whenever we run a webinar, they're really great for interaction. They're really great. We get lots of teachers, lots of insights and comments from teachers, and they're all talking in the chat box, which is just really great. It's great to get everyone from around the world together. And then the other thing.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It seems to have paused for a moment.
Are we on? We're fine? Okay, we're fine. We're still live.
You're good.
We're back. Okay, good. Sorry about that. So yeah, as I was saying, it's great having everyone from around the world together, all sharing their experiences. And I really like how there is something for everyone, because as Katie mentioned, there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. So we're not sure whether we're going to be, whether people are going to be teaching from home over the internet, whether people are going to be teaching in the classroom. Here in the UK, schools have opened again, but there's a chance we'll have a lockdown again and they'll shut. I believe Kolosh in Hungary, it's quite similar.
It is quite similar. So the schools are open, indeed. In case there are COVID cases, the school has to close. So far, we have only 9 all over the country, so that's looking quite bright for the time being. I wonder what the situation is all over the world. So if you've got time and you can share with us, please do in the comments.
Yeah, I'm having a look at some of these comments. Somebody called Mika has said that the schools in Japan are opening, but online. I've seen that.
Okay.
Reading the comments while talking to you guys. That's how we talk, right?
Okay. Just one more thing I have to make clear about the certificates. Sorry, coming back to an earlier question. There is no certificate for this live event, but there will be certificates for the sessions. So that's one. Okay, so going back to you.
Yes. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the
school closures.
The way everything's different, and there's a lot of uncertainty. So one of the things I do really like about the program we put together here is the way that we've got webinars on teaching online. We've got webinars on a flipped classroom approach, on a blended learning approach. We've got one webinar, I believe, in the second week on taking the lessons that we've learned from teaching at home and applying them to the classroom. So whatever situation you're in, whether you're teaching in the classroom, whether you're teaching at home, whether it's a mix of the two and you're really uncertain, there's some support there for everyone, which is really nice.
Yeah. I've just seen as well, sorry, Chris, I've just seen that somebody, Trish, has just said that it's nearly 11 p.m. where she is right now. So she's not going to be able to join tonight, which is fine. So one of the other important things we did with this event was structured it so that there's one every day, but at different times, because we know so we were laughing earlier, weren't we, about when the clocks change and time differences and things like that. And it's worth mentioning that there's 3 of us here, and Hungary, Oxford, London, but the team behind ELT Together are truly global. So in a minute, I'm going to meet our colleague from Mexico, Jozadak, who's going to be your host for this afternoon session. But we also have colleagues in Korea, in Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, Kazakhstan. I saw somebody here earlier from Turkey. So we are truly global, and we understand that you can't attend every session, which is why we spread them all out. So it's not just about the topic, but also about working around your teaching programs too.
Yeah, but I think that's quite comfortable, isn't it? Now that the program is spread out over 4 weeks, so hopefully that's fairly bite-sized and won't take much time, because I'm sure everybody's quite busy these days with everything. But hopefully, just one session at a time will not, keep you overworked.
Yeah. And you can find all of them again. I'm not sure if we've mentioned, we've got it scrolling on the banner at the bottom, but you can find all of the sessions at our website. There's a link in the description, and if you go on there, you'll see all of the sessions that are available. You can sign up for any of them. A couple of them are already full, but a lot of them still have space, and they are filling up quite quickly, is one other thing to mention. So I would, if you're interested, get on there, find the ones that you like the look of. I'm sure there'll be something useful there for all of you.
Yeah, could I just add something? I've just seen it on the chat. There's a question. Would you please launch another webinar on educational technology in teaching English? And I think that's a very good suggestion. So a webinar on educational technology and teaching English. And I'm sure a lot of sessions will touch upon that, because the themes are sort of interlinked with technology and teaching English. We can't really escape technology, can we?
No, we really
Very
can't.
technology focused at the moment.
It feels like something we think about a lot. I've also seen some comments about exam centres and difficulties with assessment. So, we've also, so as Carlos has just mentioned, that a lot of these webinars during this will be mentioning the tech, but we also specifically have talks about assessing and how you can do that in the classroom, assessment for learning. But also there's resources, isn't there, about assessment in general and
assessing online as well.
Exactly.
That's a big thing now.
It really is.
I suppose one of the moving on from that, one of the questions I had for both of you was how can teachers get the most out of these sessions? So if you've already signed up, what can you do to prepare, or what advice would be useful during the actual webinar? So do either of you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I would say that for many people, PD is about taking notes or taking screenshots or typing away, because you want to make the most of it and get as much information as you can. I think you would be missing out if you did that. So I would suggest that you should just be engaged with what is happening and be active in the chat and just follow what is going on, because there will be links to the recording, so you can just go back later and see if you've missed something. So be active and be present. I would say that.
Yeah, and following on for that, one of the key ways I think that one of my favorite things about global events, when I go to IATEFL, I attend LTOC, or even now seeing you all telling me that you're from Peru or from Turkmenistan, from everywhere, one of my favorite things is that feeling of community. And so if you're present and you're not taking all these notes, you can engage with us. I think a banner's just come up below me saying, we've got a hashtag, which is hashtag ELT Together, and people can share their experience of the event, but also their own tips from across the world, and you can feel part of a big community that way. So I would really recommend taking part, be part of a bigger community, and share resources with each other as well to make the most of the event, for sure.
If you're actually lucky, because some of the sessions are now booked. I can see a question. I'm not sure if Chris or Katie, you can answer this. Can you spare some more places for the fully booked sessions? I'm not sure if that's possible.
Yeah, at the moment we just have a limited space in that room, so they're fully booked. But as Kolosh also mentioned, in terms of making the notes, there are recordings of all of these sessions. So we usually store the recordings on the Oxford Teachers Club. I don't know if anybody is a member. And we'll also be sending it to you in the new Oxford Teachers Club newsletter. So if you miss that live session, you know, you can watch that, but there's also still plenty of sessions with spaces left. So, you know, do attend. I mean, the one that Chris mentioned earlier, inquiry-based learning, definitely we have lots of spaces left. So you can still be part of the event, and then we'll make sure you get recordings of sessions that might be full.
Yeah, hurry up.
I'm putting a link up now. So on here.
This is behind the link.
Yeah, that's a link to the Oxford Teachers Club. So if the Oxford Teachers Club is where we store a lot of our resources, and there's a lot of free resources on there, worksheets, webinar recordings, etc. So if there is a session that is fully booked and you're not able to actually join the session, there will be recordings available at that link. So you just need to create an account, and then after the ELT Together is over, we'll be uploading those. So that's how you can get hold of those if there's already full sessions that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Chris, I think you were going to say something about focus papers. Is that
yes,
right?
I was. So Katie said an interesting thing there, which was that teachers, you can all share resources with each other, etc. And one of the very useful resources that we have are our focus papers and our position papers. So these are all available on our expert panel page, which I've put on the screen there, oup.com/ELT/expert. And we have a selection of papers on there, focus papers, position papers. And these are our professional development content and our expert advice on really the important issues in ELT. So these focus papers are 3 or 4 pages. The position papers are big 30-page documents. They give you everything you need to know about the topic. So we have one on inquiry-based learning. We have one on online assessment, one on online teaching. There's teaching advanced level learners, global skills, assessment for learning. So there's a wide variety on there. And one of the things we've done at ELT Together specifically is to make sure that a lot of our talks and webinars actually have focus papers on the same topic. So these really work as very useful pre-reading for the session or as something to take away from it. So if you're planning on attending, say, the inquiry-based learning session, I'd really encourage you to go to our website, download the focus paper. It's 3 pages. And it'll really prepare you for the session. If you just read through it, it'll give you that foundation, get you on a really nice jumping off point so that you can then go to the webinar fully prepared, fully ready. So that would be my piece of advice.
Yeah, and they are extremely practical. Let me add that. So it's not, like a big academic paper. I would call them guides or manuals because you can use it in the classroom right away. With tips and everything. So it's
lots of very bite-sized advice, which can be really useful.
Yeah, and we will have the responsibility of making sure we're on social media to make that link easy to find. So we'll also be doing that. So if you look up #ELT Together, our colleagues who manage that will share those links. So during the events, you'll be able to find that and support your learning. So you're going to have plenty to do. You won't need to take the notes. They'll be fine. Vanessa's already ready to go. Vanessa, I think I've seen you at some of our PD events before. Amazing. We've got people joining us from Vietnam. It must be quite late there. Wow. How lucky. They're joining our coffee break that late in the day. I've seen lots of people joining at loads of different times. So that's great. And a man as well. Lovely. Yeah, as I said, this is my favorite thing, watching people join us from everywhere.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, online conferences or online events, you might feel that they are not that personal. You cannot have this, face-to-face connection. At the same time, you could come together with people from different parts of the world, which is a very good thing, I think. Yeah. So that's thanks to technology, which can obviously fail at one point. It can happen, and that was my other piece of advice I wanted to tell or suggest that. Yeah, anything could happen with technology. I would just suggest everyone that you should be really patient with machines. So if something happens, don't panic. Very often, if you just leave the room and come back again, that will solve your problems. Let's hope.
Yeah, usually does, doesn't it? Sometimes you just got to take a moment.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all gonna moderate, right? So we're all gonna be there at some point.
Right.
So if you do if you have already registered and you know which sessions you're coming to, you might see us. If you are going to be registering soon, then you'll probably see one of us for sure.
I think we're going to have to wrap up in a second. The first session starts in about 40 minutes. So we're gonna have to go and get that ready and get everything sorted. I think we have time for a few more questions. If you've got anything urgent, do put it in the comments and we'll get to it right away. Katie, have you seen anything any last minute questions?
So we've got a question about online assessment.
Okay, so yes, we've got we've actually got a focus paper on online assessment of language skills. It doesn't focus specifically on assessing speaking, it's more broad, but that is available at our expert panel page, which I will put up now. So if you go there, you can see a full range of our focus papers, and one of them is on assessing online, so that should be able to give you everything you need there. And then we also do have a webinar on that at ELT.
And one of the things I know we always get asked when we're in the webinar room, and I'll just reiterate, is you will get recordings as well as them being on the Oxford Teachers Club. You will get the extra reading and links. We'll make sure that's available, and you will get a certificate, not for this session that we're doing now, but for the webinars that you attend. And those will be sent to you. You'll have to bear with us because we need to personalize them with your name. So it can take 5 to 10 days for us to get your certificate to you. But if you attend a webinar, it automatically, the system does techie stuff and knows that you were there. So it can and mark you as attended. So we've also got a question about, again, this is going to be you, Chris. Maybe Carlos could answer too, but advanced reading contents. So we've got advanced learners at this event.
We've got a webinar on teaching advanced level learners. We've also got a paper on teaching advanced level learners at the link I gave. Advanced reading contents. I'm not sure whether we have anything at ELT Together on that.
I'm not sure either. I also had the same two things in mind actually. So the focus paper and the session on advanced learners are not particular reading. But I don't think there's nothing that immediately springs to mind at ELT Together that's specifically on reading. Yeah.
But the teaching advanced level learners should give you a general idea.
Yeah, it will definitely be a good starting point, right? So
yeah, I think so.
hope some of you will be joining us at the event. Do let us know in the comments if we're going to see you soon.
Yeah,
and you can let us know in the Adobe chat box too.
If not, so our first event starts in 40 minutes. That one's already fully booked, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of you there, as Katie says. If you're not attending that session, do follow the link in the description of this event, of this Facebook Live event, and that'll take you to our landing page where you can join any of the sessions that are still open. And as we said, there's a real wide variety. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at some of those.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
I think we're probably going to have to dash now and actually get the session set up. So if you are attending, go get your cup of tea and we'll see you there shortly. And yeah, don't forget to join the conversation on social media. Again, we're using the hashtag ELT Together. And yeah, hope to see you all soon.
Yeah, raise our mugs to the success.
Raise your mugs. ELT Together.
ELT Together. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.